Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Before I Go Wrong. Or you can say, what, first look or preview or whatnot. But anyway, let me see. Before I go wrong, I said round. Before I go wrong, this more catchy, more eye-catching. But anywho, before I go wrong, UFC 283, Teixeira versus Hill. So I'm gonna give you my first initial picks before, whether they be my final picks or I make some little adjustments to them. These are my picks as of right now, or maybe my first look picks. But who knows? That's the mystery of it. Are these my actual first look picks, or are these my picks as of right now? Hey, we don't know. But are they my final picks? Probably, definitely not. So anywho, first fight we got in the bantamweight division: Daniel Marcos versus Simon Oliveira. And this one right here, Simon Oliveira, I think he for overall better competition overall. He's definitely the more well-rounded fighter, clearly, at grappling. And Daniel Marcos, I feel like he's more so just a specialist on the feet. But it does seem like he got a pretty good takedown defense and responds well to the grappling. And now, really look at it, Simon Oliveira's Contender Series fight. He doesn't fight too different from the guy that Daniel Marcos beat to get in the UFC. I'm not saying, I say he's definitely better than the guy Daniel Marcos fought to get in the UFC. But in a similar sense, Simon Oliveira kind of does have that same wonky striking. Like he'll throw some strikes and spin in backfists and randomly throw a bunch of kicks. Only difference is that his takedowns and his BJJ is a higher level. Maybe his takedowns are a lower level, but his BJJ is a higher level than his opponent. Maybe. Ball on all, clearly a better fighter than the guy Daniel Marcos beat to get in the UFC. Mind you, what Simon Oliveira in this one, if you're going to use your more tools in grappling, I think your setups for your takedowns got to be better, but his takedown, like, it's more so just explosion. It's not really set up the best most times. I think a couple times those takedowns were set up, like maybe one or two takedowns were set up well or set up okay. For the most part, it's just him just deciding to explode. He doesn't really blend it together the best. And we're going there with a longer guy like Daniel Marcos, who we mixing in. And also, his leg get chewed up a little bit in this fight. And I think Daniel Marcos could take advantage of that. I think Daniel Marcos uses reach and have Simon Oliveira just not really doing the best to get in on these shots, especially him not helping himself by just trying to just explode into shots. Yes, you're fast and explosive and all this, but when you're not really setting those shots up well, it's easier to stuff than maybe a slower takedown that's well set up and with proper technique. Because you literally just explode and they just get a beat on your timing, takedown's botched. Or even the takedown you're doing, you putting so much muscle into it and not the actual clean technique. And they just do the proper defense, and then your takedown, like, you just straining yourself. But so, nonetheless, I gotta go Daniel Marcos as of right now. I definitely like the well-roundedness of Simon Oliveira. And like initially, my first pick was Simon Oliveira, but really looking at the fight and how Simon Oliveira sets his takedowns up or doesn't set his takedowns up in a fight that I feel like he will need that grappling, I gotta go Daniel Marcos as of right now. Next fight we have in the bantamweight division, Lacerta versus Cody Stamen, and I gotta go with Cody Stamen right now. I feel like Lacerta is his debut UFC fight. It's not he's so phenomenal. And we look at Cody Stamen, who has he really lost to? Really some of the top fighters. Like, he got 5 losses. I can only name like 3 right now off the top of my head. He lost to Aljamain Sterling, current champion. He lost to Merab Dvalishvili, who not too far from being champion. There's not too many people in the division who can actually beat Merab Dvalishvili at this point. So, guy that's very much up there. And he lost to Said Nurmagomedov, I think his name is. Don't get me, I hope I'm not getting that wrong. But Said Nurmagomedov, who's pretty show that was that I'm gonna say it's choked. I don't know what's exactly. I think it was like a guillotine or something, or was like a modified guillotine he got on Cody Stamen. By the way, his guillotine is very solid. He was down with like 2-3 rounds, well, like not 3 rounds, 2 rounds to Syed Kakhramonov, and pulled out a guillotine over a very solid dude like that, very skilled dude who was on his way up the division, and got him out after really being controlled and dominated for 2 rounds. And that guillotine was still money, so that guillotine is no problem. I mean, not no problem. That guillotine is no joke, as I'm gonna say so. And it's got that length, and he's been involved in his fight. So a very solid guy who's probably going to rise up the division. Will he be champion? Will he be a title contender? I don't know, but he'll definitely rise up there and be somewhat of a factor, not just be a guy that's hanging around the top 15 or outside top 15, a guy that could actually has the potential to climb the ranks. And he can potentially become champion. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I wouldn't be crazy. Oh, that guy became champion. It wouldn't be that. He has the skills, he has the length, and he's definitely evolving as a fighter, improving as a fighter. So he only lost to proven guys. He ain't losing no fresh in the UFC guys. He didn't lose to this. Only guy, well, I can't even say that. I was gonna say, oh, his record against grapplers isn't the best, but when you really look at the people I'm saying, Said Nurmagomedov got a wrestling background, pretty solid wrestling background. Aljamain Sterling, yes, he has BJJ, but his wrestling background is actually wrestling, his BJJ is definitely blended together well with his wrestling, but his background is wrestling. Rob Dvalishvili, obviously a wrestler. He didn't really lose to a lot of BJJ guys. Matter of fact, he didn't lose to any pure BJJ guys. So he hasn't lost no real fresh faces, I don't think. But don't quote me on that. When you look at his losses, he hasn't lost to any real fresh faces. And even with Rob Dvalishvili struggled to take him down, struggled to keep him down. So, and then Lou say that also Stamen hasn't had chin issues. Stamen has always been notable for having a pretty good chin. I think when I first saw him, he was taking step knees to the chin and head kicks. He was eating those things and not getting rocked at all when I first saw him. And strikers are definitely not his issue. But Lou Lacerta, I said, is a well-rounded fighter. But is he the better wrestler? No. Better BJJ guy? Probably yes. But Stamen, that hasn't been his weakness. BJJ, purely BJJ has been his weakness. More so, it's been better wrestlers has been his weakness. And better overall fighters, which Lou Lacerta can potentially be. But coming in your UFC debut, it's kind of hard to say he'll pull that win off. But as a dog at plus 200, he does have good money value on him. Lacerta does. But just thinking about from a prediction standpoint, Cody Stamen, I feel like probably this fight should be his fight. Should be able to control him, get takedowns, take advantage of his aggression, score takedowns. Just give him that veteran rub. Like this, see this young guy coming in here with all this exuberance and just use it against him to take him down and use that initiation against him to get takedowns and just control him. And if he does catch up something clean, like I said, Stamen got the chin, he got the cardio, striking improvement, so he can hold his own with him anywhere in this fight, and he also can take him down and take time off the clock and win minutes if needed. So gotta go Cody Stamen as of right now. On to our next fight. Yeah, on to our next fight. We have in the women's featherweight division, Josiane Nunez versus Zara Farn. Weird name. And Josiane Nunez at featherweight still was always funny. Like, this woman probably really should be at 25 or something. She's so small and tiny. But hey, the woman at this weight class is so non-existent and trash. Like, she's one of the most formidable forces out of the 4 people in this weight class. But gotta go Josiane Nunez here. Zara Farn hasn't really even shown a bit of a pulse at all. But I guess her best thing she say in this one, Josiane Nunez hasn't really shown too much grappling. But going against Zara Farn, I think anyone that has practiced grappling will have a big effect. And Josiane Nunez is younger, actually got a pulse. Got to go Josiane Nunez, whether it be on the feet, just mauling her on the feet, or just manhandling her. I think she could get her out of here, but that's up for the debate. Like, as far as, is she going to go just mollywop her to a decision? It's going to be somewhat competitive, or is she going to be able to get her out of there? I'm definitely thinking getting her out of there is going to be on the table. Hopefully it's a good value there, probably not. But if there's a good value, I feel like definitely something to jump on. But yeah, I got to go with Josiane Nunez there. And there ain't no other way about it. It's Farm shows a pulse and wins, good for her, but I feel pretty comfortable, pretty confident. Sleep easy at night, picking Josiane Nunez and not even looking back. All right, next fight we have in the lightweight division, Terrence McKinney versus Ismail Bonfim. And yes, you got a whole, again, a fresh face coming to the UFC, but I think right now I'm going to go Ismail Bonfim right here. Terrence McKinney, his last fight he showed that he can make an adjustment, like, yeah, I'm tearing him up on feet, but he kind of catch me. He firing back on me. Like, he touched me with something. Like, not like he was super rocked or he needed to make an adjustment, but he made a smart decision. Like, yes, I could probably still just bang and, like, knock him out, but the takedown's right there. This guy ain't got no skills for real. But let me make it easy. Pose my will on him, pose my wrestling on him, tap him out real easy. And did that. So, he just made a smart decision in mid-fight, but still, as it stands, the guy still hasn't shown the ability to go beyond 1 round as far as in the UFC. Now, I'm thinking outside the UFC, but as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't passed that, I can go beyond rounds. I could go 3 rounds if I need it. I could do this if I need it. Like I'm saying, against a low-tier fighter that he was easy money for him, he was able to make an adjustment. But against an actual solid stud with an actual pulse and actual skills, he hasn't yet showed that. And Bonfim is very much a very solid talent. He has clean box skills, definitely cleaner box skills than McKinney. Does he have the athleticism and talent and explosiveness that McKinney does? Probably the rest of the McKinney, no, but striking, I definitely think he's the more cleaner, polished striker. He can go 3 rounds. He has the cleaner technique. He has shown, like I would say, the durability potentially, but McKinney can definitely test that against anyone. But yeah, I would say definitely this fight that's likely not going to go to decision. I feel like it's either be McKinney getting him out in the first round or Bonfim getting him out after that, second or third or something. But I gotta go with Ismail Bonfim right here because I know he has skills to at least drag McKinney out of the first round. He's not an easy wrestle target. He's not an easy knockout target or anything like that. He has skills and is the more technical striker. So, and he can be explosive in the first round as well. So he's not a guy that's gonna be like, oh, I can't keep up with his pace in the first round. He can match his pace in the first round. And also, well, he can't match his pace. He can keep up with his pace in the first round. And then in the later rounds, he could actually have a pace where McKinney, like, he even gasses out in the first round a lot of times. So definitely things to be concerned about with McKinney coming here. And Bonfim, well, I hate that way the odds are. I feel like the odds should be like maybe minus 300 McKinney. So Bonfim, you get him at a value, but it's like the odds makers is playing games right now. And it's like whoever you pick is like, hey, pick him. But I don't know, odds makers playing games. I feel like Bonfim should have a better value, but supposedly people know, I guess. So as of right now, I'm going Ismail Bonfim right here to beat Terrence McKinney because I feel like he can match his skill and talent, and he has shown the ability to go deeper rounds. Also, he came off a fight a pretty experienced guy as well. Like he coming here, like these guys fighting 0-5 guys, 1-5, 7-15, 10-12, 12-10, 15-11 type guys. Like he's actually fighting some studs, especially coming into the UFC. He came in here, he fighting a guy that I think he was the underdog against, and he beat him pretty dominantly for 15 minutes. So I like Bonfim here, is all I'm saying. Is it right now? So next fight we have in the heavyweight division, Jelton Almeida versus Shamil Abdul-Rahimov, and I gotta go Jelton Almeida here. I've seen how Shamil Abdul-Rahimov looks when he get put on his back. Not the best. It's like he almost like Greg Hardy when put on his back. So maybe because that's bigger heavyweights, like actual heavyweights, and not like just a lean muscle mass that's probably really a light heavyweight in Jelton Almeida, or a seemingly big muscle bound light heavyweight. But Jelton Almeida, for what he is, he still can make light heavyweight if he wanted to. If his heavyweight career starts going south, he could always jump down to light heavyweight, I'm saying. Not gonna be easy, but more than possible. Probably not even the worst weight cut among light heavyweights actively. Definitely not all time. So, but nonetheless, along with that, like grappling skill, what was I about to say? He, along with, his ability to take people down and oppose well, he does have skill. Like he may not have fully the size, but he has far more skills than grappling than probably 99% of the heavyweights actively right now. So I will give him that. And like I said, what I'm saying makes it sound like I'm shifting on him, but I'm still probably gonna say very much lock confidence Jelton. I mean, I already got predicted this fight before because it was supposed to happen, didn't happen, so it's probably already out there. But I'm just saying it because it's on the card. But yeah, I just think Jelton Almeida is probably gonna be able to do his usual front kick, slow, pick him up, take him down, and Shamil Abdul-Rahimov probably not even gonna be able to get up. Probably get punched in the face, turn over, give his back up, rear naked choke, padded hit, Jelton Almeida finish. I think his most finish is rear naked choke submission, so that's probably gonna be like plus 300, plus 400. So that's a potential look at. I know who be doing that? BetMGM do. I think DraftKings does, but I know for sure BetMGM does. Particular submission finishing. He has been like 90% of his submission finishes are like rear naked choke, and I can definitely see Shamil Abdul-Rahimov not being able to get up. He don't have no guard or nothing, so his only solution to get up is going to be to turn to his back, and he don't give up that rear naked choke. Maybe he get triangle choke, like arm triangle choke, but rear naked choke probably the most likely, and it's probably like plus 400. So anyway, going Jelton Almeida. Easy work, first round sub. Now to our next fight, we got in the welterweight division, Gabriel Bonfim versus Moreno Lazez. So Bonfim or Gabriel Bonfim versus Moreno Lazez. And Moreno Lazez, I'm hearing he has been, rounding out his skills, has been training with this, training with that. So his takedown defense should be pretty solid. I think he's probably the better striker. I think Bonfim is the better boxer. But overall, Lazez should be the better striker. But I usually like the more well-rounded guy, and I'm going to like Bonfim here as a more well-rounded guy, and he's the younger guy. But these older guys, well, I'm not going to say the old, but the guys that are, right in their prime or at the end of their prime, I'm going to say right in their prime or right kind of at the end of their prime, have been showing some life so far in this year and kind of at the end of the year. Like, usually it's kind of like they've been falling down for these newer guys, like in the 28 years old, 25 and stuff, or maybe 28, probably the better mark guys. Like, they've been laying down for them a lot in 2022 and 2021. But kind of in 22, start 2023, like they said, we ain't laying down. We still got some youth in us. So I don't know where that's going to be, but still as of right now, I got to go Gabriel Bonfim. I feel like he has skills to hold his own with Lazez on the feet for sure. Lazez, if it's pure striking, I would favor Lazez by a good margin. Not going to say a great margin, but a good margin. Like, yeah, he should win. I feel confident he should win a pure striking matchup, but this isn't a pure striking matchup. This is MMA, and I feel like Bonfim is the more well-rounded guy, clearly more well-rounded guy. Lazez is going to bring striking. Bonfim's going to bring wrestling, boxing, and BJJ. I feel like he should be the pressure, get some takedowns on Lazez. Probably not going to be the easiest fight, but I feel like later on, the graphics going to be the wear on him, just the clinching and working going to be the wear down on Lazez. The takedowns will materialize. I think Bonfim should be able to get like a second or third round, late second or early kind of third round submission. Well, I'm not going to say submission. It's going to be a decision, I feel. Not a submission, a decision. So I don't know why I'm saying decision. Like, this isn't my final pick, but hey, I guess you already heard a final pick right there. Maybe. But go on Gabriel Bonfim there. This is a long card, sort of. Matter of fact, it's 15 fights? Sheesh. I thought I was about to get this out in 20 minutes. Sheesh. Anywho, next one we got in the lightweight division, Thiago Moises versus Quasimodo Costa. Well, Melquizael Costa. Going Thiago Moises. No more need to be said. Melquizael Costa got a good puncher's chance at that, but at that, okay, your average puncher's chance in here. But Moises' technique on the feet is much cleaner. His BJJ is much cleaner. Everything just on a much higher level. And I don't see nothing really special from Melquizael Costa. He's just a guy coming on short notice. Maybe he'll show some amazing heart in here, being that he's in the UFC and like pull off some crazy upset. But outside of that, I feel like as far as money and just, I guess, just what's out there and what's clearly to be seen, Moises should win this all day and should be high or lock confidence to beat Melquizael Costa. And that's what I'm saying for right now. This is the next one we got in the middleweight division. Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira, Ferreira, however you want to say it. Got to go Gregory Rodriguez, probably high or lock. I'm not going to go high because Rodriguez has been touched on the chin by a can at one point in his career on the Contender Series. So I always kind of have a concern about that. But he's coming off fighting one of the better strikers in the weight class. And he's coming in with this is a wild swinging, short T-Rex bodybuilder, dude in Bruno Ferreira. Yes, he got the power, technique, not all that great. More so, he just got his going load up and throw some power and look to muscle, like I said, muscle bound you. Look to manhandle you and then tap you out. Gregory Rodriguez can match or surpass his BJJ. Can easily stuff his takedowns. Feet striking is much cleaner. And I feel like smart decision probably just to extend him out the first round, pick apart on the feet, maybe TKO him on the feet or just wear him down on the feet. Bruno Ferreira going to shoot an ugly takedown. Then Gregory Rodriguez is going to take his back, choke him out, something like that, second round. So, whether it be a TKO or submission, just really just extend the bodybuilder out the first round and then put him away. He could put him away in the first round, but just take away all his chances by just taking him out that first round, then make it easy work of him in the second. So, gotta go Gregory Rodriguez there, easy money. Next fight we got in the middleweight division. Well, I said middleweight, light heavyweight division. Shogun Rua or Mauricio Rua versus Ihor Potira. Gotta go Ihor Potira right here is a right now. Well, probably forever, because like Shogun, like this man at this point just tapping the strikes from anyone at this point. The man getting old. Man, the man been old. Like, man, people were telling this man retired for like 10 years. Like literally like 10 years. And he's still here. Like, and now it's the point where you should have retired like 5 years ago at least. 10 years for sure. I mean, not 10 years for sure. 10 years would have been good. 5 years, you definitely should have retired. But he's still here. Maybe he needs the money. Maybe he loves the sport so much, but maybe it's both. But Ihor Potira isn't the best guy. And actually, Shogun still has very much a pulse to beat him. The guy is so trash. Guy got like one round of cardio. Ain't for nobody, no beat nobody. But hey, he can explode. He can touch with something. And Shogun is up there in age and can't handle damage the same way he used to handle it. So it could likely be a first round stoppage for Ihor Potira. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about this one. Well, I know how to feel about this one, but Ihor Potira just so trash is making this easy pick kind of questionable. That's all I'm saying. Man's trash, but Shogun's still a legend, but man's a shot man versus a trash man, but the trash man is a young man. That's the debate. But it's not like he's going there with old legend. He's going there with an old legend who's been through a lot of damage. So that trash man should probably get him out in the first round. That trash man. But anywho, yes who. We who. Anywho. I'm saying who so much. I probably say like 2,000 times in 5 seconds. But let me chill. I'm not going to say no more times this video. Next one we got in the light heavyweight division, Paul Craig versus Johnny Walker. Leaning Johnny Walker right now. I feel like he has the grappling to at least address Paul Craig's grappling. I don't think Paul Craig ever been the greatest takedown artist. So as far as getting him down and putting him on his back, I feel like Johnny Walker should be the guy better able to put the other guy on his back. I feel like Johnny Walker should be solid enough to be able to neutralize Paul Craig's grappling from a top position, or be able to address it and be able to score more takedowns, have more top position. On the feet, I feel like Paul Craig a lot of times turns into a mental midget when he starts to get touched or is uncomfortable on the feet. He can easily be made to be uncomfortable on his feet. I feel like Walker with his flying knees, slamming kicks to his body, to his leg, have Craig kind of clenching his pearls and stuff, and out there looking very uncomfortable. I could definitely see a finish from Johnny Walker, maybe a wild spinning backwards, maybe a flying knee, or maybe even hurting him, then tap him out. Could see a finish there. But as of right now, I'm leaning Johnny Walker. Like I said, I feel he can address the grappling Craig. I think Craig is definitely the better grappler, but I think Walker is solid enough in the grappling to where he can neutralize the submissions. And kind of a similar thing where, well, yeah, just neutralize the submission and then just outstrike him or put him away, whether it be by knockout or submission. The submission more so will come from in hurting him and then submitting him, more so than just outskilling him and submitting him, like hurting him and then taking advantage to get a submission. But finish is definitely on the table. But yeah, as of right now, I'm leaning Johnny Walker. Now to our next fight, we have in the women's flyweight division, Jessica Andrade versus Lauren Murphy. And how I see this one right here is I'm going Jessica Andrade to beat Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy has a solid, all right skill set, but I just feel like I'm just going to not even try to drag this out. Jessica Andrade has every single skill to beat Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy's best decision, I guess, is try to make it a ugly fight, try to clinch her with her, potentially try to get takedowns. But I see Andrade as being able to disengage from her. See Andrade like not having no cardio. She's like, oh, I'm tired. You clinched up with me for like 6 minutes. Now I'm tired. I don't see that. I feel like she's gonna be able to beat her up anytime needing a 3-round fight. Her only loss that come to, as far as since she dropped from 35, had been to like world champions for the most part. She lost to Rose Namajunas barely, and she beat Rose Namajunas. She lost to Carla Esparza. She lost to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Lost to Weili Zhang. Like I said, she losing to the very best of the best. So, and Lauren Murphy is definitely not that. So I feel like Andrade should be able to put her away and should be able to mollywop her, get out of there any way she wants to get her out of there. And then the next one we got in the welterweight division, Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. And I'm going with Gilbert Burns right here. Neil Magny is like 0-6 versus grapplers. Every single time he's going in with grappling. Rafael Dos Anjos kicked his leg out, tapped him out when he fell on the ground in 20 seconds. Sergio Moraes took him down, tapped him out in like 20 seconds. Like he turned the butter when he go in there with a BJJ black belt. And I don't really see much difference with Gil Burns. As long as he comes in shape and motivated, I don't really see Neil Magny winning this one. As long as Gil Burns comes in shape and motivated, especially if we know he's not gonna come in here as motivated as he was against Khamzat Chimaev. It's gonna be a dip, but hopefully he come in still motivated, at least half of that, or even 25% of that, and this should be easy money for Gil Burns. Should be easy money for Gil Burns to take him down and tap him out in easy succession. So go on Gilbert Burns here. Should be easy money as long as he is even like 25% motivated. Should be. Now to our co-main event, we have in the flyweight division for the undisputed flyweight title, Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. 3, or is it 3? It's probably like 4. Yes, 4, because draw the first time. Deiveson Figueiredo lost the second time. Moreno won the third. Figueiredo lost the second time. Then he won the third time. And now they're fighting the fourth time. I'm going to have to go Deiveson Figueiredo here. I feel like the time he did lose, somebody did make a good point, like going into the second one, like, oh, he was just gassed. He wasn't gassed. He just had a bad weight cut and wasn't really prepared for the second fight. Then the third fight, it kind of looked similar to the first fight to an extent, but like a little bit better for Figueiredo. But yeah, I think with this one, Moreno could definitely push the pace. He definitely got that volume, but Figueiredo has that ultimate neutralizer where he can have power. Like Moreno might not fear his power, and he will keep coming. But the fact that you're getting dropped and hurt just about every single round or every other round, all it takes is 3 rounds where you get hurt significantly at some point or dropped at some point to shift the narrative of a round. Like you might land 10 more strikes, but the guy drop you. Now it's his round. Or the round close and he hit you with something, his round. I feel like Figueiredo has that oomph in his punches that can shift rounds. It's not like Moreno's ever so far up on him in these rounds. He's never that far up on him. And like Moreno just dominate him in any round. It's always, he's working him. Like he's one pushing the pace, but he ain't dominating him. It's like still a competitive fight, and then Figueiredo lands that big punch, and then it's his round. So I just feel like, and also coming in, Moreno having issues with his coaching staff because James Cross is doing all this and stuff, having threesomes and dating a married woman, and with this chick and with that chick with this MMA fighter, now they getting messy, and then all of a sudden now his Discord getting exposed, and now Moreno got to deal with that, and they got to make a late adjustment. A new coach coming into a big fight, the biggest fight of his career. Like this will literally do a big number on where his career will stand. Because you could beat Figueiredo, you could potentially still turn around and be maybe like the number 2 greatest flyweight of all time. Well, number 3, because he could potentially be number 2, but definitely kind of more so fall around number 3 if he can get past him and then maybe defend the belt like 3 times. Then he will secure for sure number 3. Or matter of fact, just win this fight, he'll probably secure number 3 because other guys ain't win the belt. But anywho, got to go with Deiveson Figueiredo right now. He just had that oomph in his punches that could shift. Well, he just had that power in general that could shift the narrative of a round, whereas Moreno does not have that. Then on to our main event, I got to go Jamal Hill. We got in the light heavyweight division for the undisputed light heavyweight title, Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. And I'm going Jamal Hill. I just feel it's kind of hard to lean to a guy who's that up in age. Like, it's already a feat to win the title at that age, and now to win it again at that age. I feel like his best chance was to beat Jerry Prochazka in that fight, and he had it very much was so close to winning that fight. But the fact that that slipped out of his way, slipped out of his hands the way it did, just kind of I feel this Rice story. Like, that was your chance. You would have won that one, then you potentially rematched them, and you would have coming in there as the favorite, you would have coming in there as the winner, and you could have won that one again, and like, yeah, then you would have had a defense. There might be two defenses, and it would have been better narrative with the fact that that slipped out of his hands, and he did have so many opportunities to win the fight, whether it be in grappling or the striking department. He just made some mistakes. And now he's up there in age. I mean, he's been up there in age, and now he's only older. I just feel like that was his opportunity to be great. And it slipped out of his fingers. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy fight for Jamal Hill. It's not going to be a very competitive fight. And Glover Teixeira is definitely very much in this fight, and the odds are very accurate as they should be. But I got to go Jamal Hill. Glover Teixeira is the more rounded guy. He goes on the feet. He can take him down, but age is a factor. It's not like Glover Teixeira has not lost to guys that, kind of have really, as far as him fighting them, brought one dimension. Like Rumble Johnson was just going to really bring in striking. He does have a wrestling background, but Rumble Johnson has been mentally broken, tapped out multiple times. So Glover Teixeira likely skill for skill should have won that fight. Should have won that fight. Keyword should have. You can say Gustafsson probably should have won that fight on paper. Probably on paper. I'm not saying I picked him to win, but on paper he probably should have won, but he didn't. And Jerry Prochazka on paper he probably should have won. But again, with that one I lean. It's a youth factor. Also, Prochazka is pretty hard to take down. But nonetheless, yeah, I gotta go Jamal Hill. Is all I'm saying. I gotta go Jamal Hill against Glover Teixeira. I feel like Glover Teixeira has the more on the skill set, but age is a factor. And Jamal Hill does seem. He had like a brown belt, but I think he had like one of those Walmart brown belts. But I think he should be the stuff to take down the Glover Teixeira for the most part. Should be able to survive the submissions. And it's also not like Glover Teixeira has the most crafty submission like Paul Craig does. He doesn't have the most crafty submissions. Like, he's very much a strong man, top heavy for the most part, grappler. He's not a guy that's gonna be off his back, really getting triangle chokes and these weird chokes or weird joint locks that Paul Craig brought out. For the most part, his submission not coming off his back is all I'm saying. His submission is going to come from take you down, take it back, rear naked choke, maybe get in a guillotine. And even a guillotine could be potentially risky. But yeah, I see Jamal Hill's going to be just too young, too long, box him up. And Glover Teixeira is going to be a little bit, his takedowns are powerful, but very slow and kind of, highly telegraphed. Like awkward and strong. And he gets you down. He has the technical skills, but kind of slow. And I feel like Jamal Hill's going to be able to take advantage of the fact those takedowns are slow. Probably slam some knees to his body. Probably pepper him with a jab. Probably set him up for the uppercut. And Glover Teixeira's going to be game, maybe for like a round. It might even get a takedown, but I feel like Jamal Hill's going to be able to address one takedown, one takedown or two. I don't think it's going to be a case where, he'll get taken down 6 times and be good there. I feel like maybe 2 takedowns or less from Teixeira. And Jamal Hill just mixing in and take the striking well, being too fast, being too long, boxing being an issue for him, and just really taking advantage of the holes in Teixeira's game, and then having the ability to fill those holes on his side here well, and then not having the speed, athleticism, and technique to exploit the weaknesses in Teixeira, like the uppercut up the middle, be there. Glover Teixeira always be that little weak peekaboo. He ain't weak, but compared to Mike Tyson, obviously everybody's peekaboo is very weak. But yeah, the uppercut gonna very much be there. Jab gonna be there. And Jamal Hill, I feel like he's gonna pick him apart. And just really had to stuff a couple takedowns. And just circle away from some of the pressure of Teixeira. And just get back to the center. Probably catch him with counter knees as he enters, like intercepting knees, uppercuts, straights. And I think he puts Glover Teixeira out like second or third round. But yeah, not my final prediction. Might say first round, might be second, might be fourth, but definitely going Jamal Hill, and I don't think that one's changing. So that's all my picks is right now for UFC 283, Teixeira versus Hill. And again, this is before I go wrong. This is just the first look, or my look is right now, but not my finalized picks. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.